What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. What's up, what's up, what's up? How's everybody doing on this Friday? It's Friday, May the 23rd, 2025. How's everybody doing? What's up, Sneaky? Shout out to you. Friday the 23rd, 2025. It's been a real volatile, kind of quiet week, and we're going to cover it here in a minute. I'm going to let a few people come in the live stream. Go ahead and pull up the charts. Give it a few minutes. If you're just joining, make sure you hit that like button, share the video, subscribe if you're brand new. Go ahead and share that video out. Let some people come in. I've been kind of tapped out this week. What's up, Scott? What's up? What's up? What's up, Jantel? What's up? I recently got back from a vacation, so I pretty much been tapped out this week. I needed a reset, so sometimes you got to do that. You got to reset your mind, you got to reset your body, and take a break from all this. But now we back in, we back here. You know what I'm saying? We back in. It's the end of the week, so I'm not expecting much more from price action. I'm not expecting much more from not until we probably until we cross over to June, because next week we have a bank holiday, and we'll see what's going on next week. But there's not going to be much going on Monday. But we currently got XRP currently trading at 236. We got XLM trading at 29 cents. We got XDC trading at 7 cents. HBAR 19 cents. Bitcoin earlier this week we went over 112,000. It's currently trading at 108,000. We're gonna get into it. We got Ethereum trading at 2,500. We got Algo trading at 23 cents, and we got Solana 181. 181. How are y'all doing? Are y'all out on vacation? Are y'all off early for the holiday? Let me know what y'all are doing. And how's your day going? What do y'all plan on doing for the holiday? It is the official start of summer. It will be the official start of summer for us in the United States. So how is everybody planning on enjoying their summertime? What time is it? It's 12:11. Let me go look at the I want to look at the NASDAQ right quick. I haven't looked at it all week, so let me pull that up right quick. What's up, George? Said at work. You haven't been able to catch me live. I'm off to Tuesday. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Shout out to you, Sneaky. Okay. I'm not gonna be too much concerned about the markets, but I will be in there probably paying close attention. The CME went live earlier this week, I believe on Monday. This is the CME XRP futures contract, and this has been the price action so far. It needs institutional liquidity. We need that volume to pick up. If we look at, let's go look at the Nano XRP right quick. Come over here, Nano XRP. I took a trade last night on the Nano XRP, and it's still rolling. And let me see right quick. Yeah, it's still rolling right now. I just took a trade randomly. Let me go ahead and roll my stop down. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and close this trade because I was not managing it properly. But you can see I am in profit. I haven't been to this chart since Sunday. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this trade. $138. This is the Nano XRP from Coinbase. Matter of fact, let me zoom out right quick. Let me see if it's still zoom out. Yeah, not much going on. Instead of closing it, I'm just going to roll my stop loss down in profit. I'll roll it down in profit. Right there. So if it comes back against me, I'll be stopped out in profit. Today I'm just chilling, man. It's the end of the week. Not much going on. Jantel, you said any way to work on mindset for wealth. I always worked on low paying jobs, and sometimes I feel like I can can this really happen to me? Yes, it really can happen to you, Jantel. It's happened to people in the past. Yes, becoming wealthy is it can happen to you. As far as mindset, let me see right quick. I always say the mindset, if you come into wealth, the mindset you want to have is you just want to, guess what? We live in a day and age of ChatGPT and artificial intelligence. So Jantel, I advise you to implement AI into your day-to-day. So what you want to do is, you want to ask it questions. What are mindsets for wealth? As a matter of fact, I can go ahead and do that right quick. There's many ways to go about it. Many ways to go about mindset when it comes to wealth. So let's ask it, if I come into sudden wealth, what type of mindset should I have? And then just search. You can ask it more detailed questions as well. You can go more in depth. So as you can see, ChatGPT breaking it down. Let me bring it up on the big screen right quick. Oh, what's up, Gabrielle? Shout out to you. Bring it up on the big screen. So as you can see, it just spits it out. Real simple, nothing to it. You can ask it for more details. You can ask it for more. And for example, it says stewardship over ownership. And it's a mindset. I am a steward, not just an owner. And why? Sudden wealth isn't just a personal gain. It's a responsibility. It's not just a personal gain. It's a responsibility. So whenever you come into sudden wealth, or any type of wealth, you got to be very responsible. You got to think long term. Consider how this wealth can serve your life, your family, your potential community, or causes you care about. So think about that thing. Delay big decisions. That's a big one. So if you come into sudden wealth, my thing is, don't make no irrational decisions right away. You pretty much want to sit on. If you come into sudden wealth, I'll say give your, wait for about 6 months before you make any decisions. You want to be able to plan it out. You want to be able to be strategic, and don't rush into nothing. It really shouldn't even panic. You just let it set in for the first 6 months. Let it set in, and then think about it. Again, like I said, we got artificial intelligence now, so you could be asking it questions. It will definitely aid you as far as becoming a better decision maker. So you gotta have, you don't want to do any emotional spending or impulsive investing, and that can destroy your sudden wealth. It says, give yourself a cooling off period before you make any large financial decisions. Park the money in a safe, interest-bearing account until you build a plan. That's just one option. It says, educate yourself before you elevate. Financial literacy comes before financial lifestyle. So definitely be educating yourself. There's books, there's financial advisors, there's different people that have wealth and understand. So, you know, you want to get with those things before you start making big moves. And it says, think in terms of cash flow, not just net wealth. So you definitely got to be coming up with ways to generate cash. Once you come into sudden wealth, what can you take a percentage of that wealth and generate cash from, so you don't have to touch the majority of your wealth? So you definitely want to be cash flowing. And then you want to stay grounded, stay humble. Stay grounded, stay humble. It says money doesn't change who you are, it reveals it. Wealth can inflate ego. So definitely, you know, I think we all gonna have some type of ego. We're all gonna have some type of ego, but like, you gotta be able to like put your ego on a leash. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to suppress your ego. And you know, you don't want to attract unhealthy relationships. It says stay close to trusted friends and family, which that's gonna be hard to come by once you become very wealthy. Don't let sudden wealth isolate you. Be aware of people who show up and not. Protect yourself first, then grow. Defense wins championships. Yes, defense wins championships. So protect yourself first. And then the major one for me is think about asset protection, trust, insurance, legal structuring. You know, you want to have a tax team, you want to have a legal team. And let them do a lot of the heavy lifting. The only hard part you have to do is search them out, look for them. And I always say, you know, start with your local area and then branch out. Start in your local area and then branch out. So hopefully that answers your question, Jantel. Say you never made more than $34,000 a year. Well, guess what? If you become suddenly wealthy, you definitely, you know, listen to these things that I just said. Listen to these things I just said. Appreciate y'all joining, man. They got 15 people in the building. Shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. So let's talk about XRP. Let's talk about XRP. Let's talk about XRP. It is the month of May 2025. It is May the 23rd, 2025. This is the monthly time frame, so that y'all know this is a long-term time frame. XRP is currently trading at $2.35. We've been volatile up and down all week. We're going to look into it here in a minute. We have 8 days left to complete the month of May, which we are in the second quarter of 2025, and then we'll roll over into June in 8 days within a week. So we're coming up on the last week of May. Yeah, man, I'm done lounging, B Rush. I'm done lounging. Back to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need a mental break. So here we are, back to work. So definitely getting back into it. I'm very lazy right now, so you might can hear it in my voice. I'm very lazy, but I got to push through. Got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Back in these markets, back analyzing. Got to keep going. But we got 8 days left for the month of May. I'm kind of lowering my expectations. I'm not going to anticipate much. Let's see what the economic calendar is showing us. So this is the economic calendar for this week. Like you see, we had a light week so far. What's up, Donna? What's up, Shot Swag? What's up? Appreciate y'all joining. But we got a light week we had a light week this week, but we had a lot of volatility, back and forth, consolidation, seek and destroy type week. So that's pretty much been the whole entire month of May. Let's look at next week. If y'all know, Monday is a bank holiday in the United States. We have Memorial Day. So I definitely had to get it in right before Memorial Day. Hopefully y'all do too. Go touch some grass, go touch some, just chill out, relax, tune out all that hype, you know what I'm saying, from the fundamentals. The fundamentals are set. The fundamentals have been letting y'all know for a very long time what time it is with this crypto and XRP and these markets. It's there. The fundamentals are there, but price isn't reflecting the fundamental news. That's because the markers are algorithmic, price is manipulated, and that, you know, that's the manipulation in the market, that they're holding price. They go ahead and let Bitcoin break 112,000. So, you know, you see a lot of people in other assets kind of complaining. Even the people in XRP, they see Bitcoin going over 112,000. XRP still staying the same, and then you got coins like ZBEC breaking out, and the XRP investors, they're not interested in XRP. They're looking over at ZBEC because ZBEC is breaking out, and they're actually chasing price. I'm gonna look at ZBEC here in a minute. But everybody is chasing that, but the move already happened. So everybody that's FOMOing in, you're late to the party. ZBEC, you missed the move. You didn't buy it at a discount. Now you will be buying ZBEC at a premium because you're seeing the hype and you're trying to chase price. That's exactly what's going on. I'm not saying this if it's solid or not. Shout out to you, Ken. Shout out to you. I'm not saying that it's not solid. I'm not saying it doesn't have utility. I'm not saying it doesn't have any use case. I'm not all familiar with ZBEC, but let's go ahead and look at it, since, you know, let me explain what I'm trying to say. Let me pull it up. Let me see. This is right here. This is the okay, right here. ZBCN. So we got a lot of people that's ZBEC, and I'm not doubting it. I'm not doubting what y'all believe in, but let's come over here. This is ZBEC. Let's go out to the daily time frame. I'm not familiar with ZBEC. So right now you see ZBEC is not even $1. You know, it's fractions of a penny, and the hype train is crazy. This is ZBEC. But for the past few weeks, you can see the breakout. So y'all in the chat, if y'all know what this is, what market profile is this? I go over this in the Patreon. So if y'all want to sign up to the Patreon, click the link in the description below so you can learn how to read technical analysis. So you see how the breakout is? This is what I'm looking at. Matter of fact, let's go look at the past 20 days. So I'm gonna take a ruler. Yeah, shout out to y'all. That's an expansion. I'm gonna take a ruler and I'm gonna go back to the past 20 trading days. Right here. That's ZBEC in the past 20 trading days. We can go back a little further. Let's go out to the past 40. Right there. So in the past 40 trading days, that's ZBEC. But as of recently, people have been coming in, hyping it up. Not saying it's not utility or use case or whatnot. Not saying none of that. I'm not doubting it. I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in it, me personally. But we got a lot of people that are, and shout out to y'all. But people are, you see the expansion profile higher. It's going higher. So everybody now, because, oh, ZBEC is going up. ZBEC is up 75%. Okay, when it's up 75%, do you think it's realistic to go ahead and jump in that? Do you think it's realistic to go ahead and jump in ZBEC because it's up and it's running? Do you want to chase price, or do you want to buy price when it's down at discount? So for example, and I don't know too many people that was in this prior to it breaking out. So if you was in this prior to it breaking out, shout out to you. Shout out to you. But for everybody else that are looking for gains and wanting to chase price, you're late to the party. So look over here. We got a lot of liquidity. You see all these equal lows? You see these lows in price? Below those lows was sell side liquidity. That's where pending orders are. So do you think when it price dropped down right here, you see how it dropped down and take out these lows? All these lows stacking up. When it dropped down, took out those lows, there were buy orders underneath that. There was buy orders. That's where smart money accumulated down here when it was in the dumps. In the dumps. And then it broke out just like that. It started taking out old highs. See this swing high? Do you think it's random that it goes up to that high right there, sweeps that high, It then breaks down. See how it retraces and breaks down into this what right here. Ken, you see, oh, excuse me. You say, I look at ZBEC as a gamble that's worth the risk at these fractions of a penny. You know what else is worth the risk? I'm gonna come back to ZBEC in a minute. You know what else? You know what else is worth the risk? Coming over here, looking at XRP, the Nano XRP contract from Coinbase. You know that's worth the risk, and you can pretty much triple your profits. You see, I got a trade on right now with Nano XRP. It's 5 contracts. So my point is, if you're willing to risk in a unproven cryptocurrency, layer 2, etc., whatever, you can also come over here and take the risk in a regulated environment. Because is ZBEC here to stay long term, or is it just the next hype? Also, was you in ZBEC when it was down here back in was you in ZBEC in April of this year, April 2025? Was y'all in it in April, or did y'all come in April, May, or May? Did y'all come in May? Was you in ZBEC back in December 2024? Was you in ZBEC back in December 2024? Let's go out to the higher time frame. Let's go out to the 3 month. Let's go out to the monthly. Let's go down to the weekly. So again, was you in ZBEC in April 2024? It's only been out for a year. Just made a year. Was y'all in it during 2024 period, or did y'all just come here in May? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Did y'all just get here in May or late April? And yes, y'all were correct. That was a fair value gap. This is a weekly time frame. You can see after taking out all the previous high right here, price retraces, drops down to a BISI, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency right there. See, these things work in all markets. If y'all just now catching on, these things work in every market. So that's why I can go to any market and trade whatever, because it's all coded. It's all algorithmic. I got 29 people in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me. But yeah, it's all coded, algorithmic. You can see ZBEC traded down to fair value gap. That's an opportunity to accumulate. So this was back in when it retraced back down here. This was last week. And that was an opportunity to accumulate a discount, and boom, breakout, just like that. Now, once this breakout happens, this expansion happens, now here comes all the hype, everybody flooding in there. Let's go look at the sentiment for this. Let's go to YouTube. I'm gonna type in ZBCN crypto. And let's see what the sentiment is. Of course, we got this guy right here. Again, he mentioned it 3 weeks ago. It hasn't been back since because that was the hype. That was the hype. Let me see. Yeah, man. ZBCN is having an XRP rally. Look at this. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. ZBCN is having an XRP rally. Congrats to ZBEC Network holders. Look at this. ZBCN holders. And I use this for sentiment. If y'all just joining, I use this for sentiment. I like to get retail sentiment. Look how they try to okay, is ZBEC correlated with Ripple and XRP, or are people just trying to catch the hype train? ZBEC holders rejoice, Ripple deal, and much more. XRP and ZBEC Network. Do those two things go together? Or is people chasing those views? Look, 28,000 views on that. So my point is, were y'all in this before the hype? Were y'all in this before the hype? I don't believe so. I don't believe a lot of people was in there. So now everybody is chasing this higher. Everybody's trying to chase this. Everybody's trying to chase this. Where is it going? Let's zoom out right quick. Where is it going? If we zoom out, this is a weekly time frame. Look at this high right here. Y'all should already know if y'all been watching my channel. What is this high right here? What is that high right there? And you better be careful. You better be careful. That's all I'm going to say. What is that high right there? Better be careful. You said definitely a lot of hype, but that sells. What does that sell but getting you hurt? The markets, hype doesn't sell these markets. I hope you know that. Hype doesn't sell these markets. These markets are vicious. These markets are unforgiving. So if you like to chase hype and you're sold on that, you can get your britches burnt. I'm gonna say that. And britches, that's an old term. That's crazy in the South. I can't believe I just used that term, britches. But you can definitely get burnt trying to chase price because of hype. So if you're somebody who follows hype, welcome to my channel, Ken. I don't normally see you, but I appreciate you over here. But over here, we don't do hype. We do facts. We predetermine what the market is going to do. But if y'all don't know, that's buy side liquidity above the market. This old high above the market. There are pending orders above that high right there. And if you don't believe me, I've done this many times. These things repeat over and over again. There are pending orders resting above that high. Institutions or whoever, whatever entity in here driving price has accumulated at a discount back down here. They bought at a discount. They probably have a large position at a discount. They ride their price. They ride volatility higher and price action higher, and they're looking to get out right at that high right there. Once it goes up there, they're gonna be looking to get out of that. Also, what is this right here? You see this wick? Y'all tell me in the chat, what is that? Because guess what? Most of retail don't have no idea what that is. There you go, Scott. It's a ghost pool. So guess what? You think price is just randomly just hanging out right there and it looks like, oh, it's breaking out? I think not. I think not. Let's draw that from the closing price of this candle right here up to the high. You see that? Now let's draw it all the way out. Boom, just like that. That is a ghost pool. I'm using a Fibonacci. I can use trend lines as well. I can use trend lines to remove this Fibonacci. But I'm just using the Fibonacci. And then look at the midway point of that wick, which is a ghost pool. Look at the midway point. Let's come over to the left. Do you think it's random that price is rejecting off that level right there, the 0.5 level, which is the midway point of that wick? Do you think that's random? Or is that algorithmic? It's not random, it's algorithmic. It's definitely not random. So we're just, boom, bouncing off that one level. We traded a little bit above it, but it's using that midway point of that wick for a reason. And also, we've seen this with XRP. This can reject and come back down lower. So for the people that are chasing this, you're buying it at a premium, and we don't buy at premiums. We buy at discounts, we sell at premiums. So boom, it's tagging that level. And we recently seen this happen with XRP, where it went into a ghost pool and rejected it and came back down. So be cautious if you're looking to chase this. So that's ZBEC for y'all just joining. I know a lot of people are into that. That's ZBEC. I'm gonna leave that up right now. So let's go ahead and get into the let's see right quick. Let's get into Bitcoin. If y'all just joining, or if y'all been watching, y'all understand and know that I called Bitcoin to break 100,000, break its all-time high a week or two ago. It's all documented. It's all on my live stream. I was very confident in telling y'all that. That Bitcoin is about to break its all-time high again. I said it's going to happen within a week or two. So there goes the previous all-time high right here. Right there. That was 109,000. Previous all-time high. We traded up and we swept that high. See that? Above that high is buy-side liquidity. So what did smart money do? This is a weekly time frame. They bought down here at a discount when price retraced, traded lower, down to this higher time frame level. They purchased it at a discount. And we're talking about large money, because Bitcoin's price is controlled by the futures contracts, the futures market. If you don't know, the Bitcoin futures drive price. So large entities down here purchased contracts at a discount, and they held those positions up to a premium, which is the previous all-time high right there, and they offloaded their long contracts. Now, people also own the underlying spot asset, the digital asset, Bitcoin. And that is something completely different than the contracts. So, I mean, not too many people can go out and purchase when it dropped down a discount, it went down to 74,000. Not too many retail people can go buy one whole Bitcoin at 74,000. Normally only institutions. And they're already they're already positioned. So it being at 74,000 at a discount, they're already positioned to, they're already positioned with their Bitcoin reserves and all that. So for the people that can't missed out on Bitcoin and they can't own Bitcoin, well, you can go in there and trade it, trading the futures markets. So this was a lot of capital at discount accumulating and going up to that high, sweeping that high. And there was a lot of money being made going up to that high right there. Let's go down to the daily for Bitcoin. Let's go down to the daily. And again, you can see we broke out. We traded above previous all-time high right here. And then do you think it's random that price starts to retrace after taking out that high? No, it's not random. Y'all in the chat, what is this right here? If you're brand new, just pay attention to the chat. They're going to let you know what this is. What is this right here in the chat? What is that right there? This area in price. What is that we're retrading down into right now on the daily time frame? Shout out to you, Lenny. It is a BISI. It is a BISI. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, which is a fair value gap. Price is algorithmic. These things repeat over and over again, retracing back down to that fair value gap. Right there. So we take out all-time high, and then price retraces down to offer fair value. Price fills in the entire gap as well. You see how it fills in the entire gap? Now, what I'm looking for is for Bitcoin, does it support it and not cut through it? I don't want to see it. If Bitcoin is truly bullish, I want to see it use this as support and push higher. But if we break down, we're probably going to retrace. We're going to use this as an inversion. So I'm sticking to the higher time frame narrative. If I go out to the weekly, let's go out to the weekly again. It's the end of the week. We got 2 days left in the market for this week. Go out to the monthly. We got 8 days. So what I'm looking for on the monthly is, where do we close on the monthly time frame? Do we close above the previous all-time high, or do we close just under it? And that shall be determined in 8 days. Let's go out to the 3 month. 3 month, which we have 1 month left for the second quarter of 2025. We got 1 month left, and let's see how we close this candle right here. And this is a 3 month candle. Every one of these candles take 3 months to complete. And then once we close this, we'll roll over into Q3 2025. So it's looking very bullish, very strong for Bitcoin. And this to complete this year, it could get real crazy for Bitcoin. Because if I just zoom out like this, remember, when in doubt, zoom out. But if I just zoom out like this, Bitcoin, we're in an expansion profile, 3 month time frame. Let me highlight what it looks like. See this expansion profile? We are in a buy program on the 3 month time frame. So you can see the expansion higher after coming down to the discount. Where was the discount? Right here. We retrace down to this BISI. And this is a very long-term chart, very long-term. We traded down into this fair value gap right here on the 3 month. and then boom, expansion higher. Now we're in the buy program, so it could get crazy for Bitcoin if we start getting consecutive candles on the quarterly time frame to close bullish. Like if we get consecutive candles, like for example, 1, 2, these 2 candles, or if we just look back, if we could get this right here, these consecutive candles, 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive bullish candles higher, that's going to be very crazy for Bitcoin. It's going to reach new heights that we probably haven't seen ever. So let's see if we can start getting consecutive closes, bullish closes for Bitcoin in the next 2-3 quarters. Let's see if we can get that. If not, we're going to come back down, retrace to discount. But I'm thinking we're going to get a consecutive candle, quarterly candle close for the next upcoming months going into 2026. So let's see if we get that for Bitcoin. But when in doubt, zoom out. I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. Let's go down to the daily one more time. Yes, on the daily, I'm just watching to see how we close right there. I want to see us displace higher. It's the end of the week, and you can lower your expectations. Now let's go to XRP. Let's come over to XRP. Let's zoom out. Let's go zoom out. Whenever you haven't been to the charts and you want to get a fresh analysis, you need to do a top-down analysis. You need to start from a higher time frame and work your way down when you're analyzing the market. So I'm gonna start right here on the 3-month time frame. Let me remove this. I'm gonna start on the 3-month time frame. This is the quarterly time frame. It is currently the second quarter of 2025 for XRP. XRP currently trading at 235. We have 1 month and 8 days to complete Q2 2025. So I'm still curious of where we close. Where do we close this candle? The month of June will give me more insight on where we close. So I'm watching how we close May and how we roll over into June. We recently, a few months ago, traded down into this large fair value gap. This is a 3-month fair value gap. That was a discounted opportunity for you to accumulate XRP around $1.60 something, $1.61. There it is right there. Now this is still in play. Still in play. We're not, until we move away from it, it's still going to be valid. It's still in the play. So do I want them to come back down here? No, I want us to go ahead and move away from it. But we can definitely still come down here because we also got liquidity trapped below the market as well. Also, I'm looking at this large wick on the 3-month time frame. That is a quarterly or the 3-month ghost pool right there. And what they're doing is they're just holding price. They're just holding price inside of this pool, this hidden area in price. They're just holding it. And you can see how we're ranging between this level right here and the 0.75 level. We're just ranging in between it. And they're just holding price inside of this. So I'm gonna remove that. Now let's drop down to the monthly time frame. What's up, Nelson? You said you just got more XRP before $3. Shout out to you. People got to do what they got to do. But I'm going to tell you that buying it now, buying it now is at a premium. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's at a premium. It's at a premium. I'm going to show you why here in a minute. What's up, Lawrence? Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Share the video. Subscribe to the Patreon. The link is in the description below. So as I drop down to the monthly time frame, what have we done so far? This month of May, we got 8 days left. We took out last month's high. Above that high was pending orders. Also, we're ranging inside of this ghost pool right here from March. So we're just ranging inside of that as well. So we got 8 days left to complete the month of May. Let's see where we close this at. So the discount range was below the market, below price. We left that. Now we're at a premium. So for y'all that are buying right now at 235, you're buying it at a premium market. The discount was back in April. If we're just zooming out thinking long term, the discount market was in April when it dropped down to $1.61. That was just a month ago. Back in April, we dropped down to $1.61. Now it's at $2.35. You tell me what's a discount or what's a premium. And I understand that, Nelson. Shout out to y'all for that are long term. Y'all got to do what y'all got to do, man. When did y'all join? When did y'all start investing into XRP and crypto? Y'all let me know in the chat. What year, what month, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? When did y'all come into crypto? Because my thing is, if y'all been here, where was y'all back in from 2018 to late 2024? Where was y'all? Where was y'all at? Because that's when the prices was at 20 cents, 30, 40, 50 cents. And from that point, we're no longer at that deep discount like that. Now you can see the expansion higher, and the market is in a buy program, and that is a premium because we left the discount. August 2019. So Lawrence, you was buying at a discount. Nelson, when did you come into crypto? When did you start investing into XRP? I'm trying to see so we can understand where you're at right now in your journey. And what I'm trying to do is teach you how to learn technical analysis and learn how to know when the market is at a premium and when the market is at a discount. Smash that like button. 27 people in the building. Hit that like button. 16 likes. Hit that like button for me. Okay, Nelson, you've been here for 1 year. So, okay, if you've been here for 1 year, then Nelson, you should have been, let's go back to May 2024. Back in May 2024, prices ranging from 47 cents to 56 cents. 47 cents to 56 cents. So have you been accumulating around that range? Or did you been in crypto and you found out about XRP a little later? Now let's go down to the weekly time frame. We got one week left in the month of May. We're going into the last week of May. As you can see on the weekly time frame, what's the market profile on the weekly? I already showed y'all what we are on the monthly. You always want to stick to the higher time frame monthly. But what profile are we on the weekly? Okay, shout out to you, Nelson. Shout out to you. I appreciate all my new subscribers. I appreciate it, Nelson. Shout out to you. On the weekly time frame, what's the market profile on the weekly? What's the market profile on the weekly? Yes, Scott, we're in a consolidation. So if y'all don't know, the markets are algorithmic. They repeat over and over again. The price action does 4 generic things that repeat. It doesn't do nothing else. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. So the markets do these 4 things: consolidation, expansion, retracement, reversal. Consolidation, expansion, retracement, reversal. It doesn't do nothing else. It's very generic. It repeats over and over and over again. So we're going to constantly refer to these things. If you want more insight, click the link in the description. Sign up for the Patreon, because that's where you can go get those beginner lessons on learning how to read price. 55 cent DCA, that's a good, 55 cent to now. That is a beautiful thing. So yes, we're in a consolidation right here. We're in a consolidation. If I zoom in, look at the current week of price. So this candle at one point was a green candle. So what we've been doing so far this week, the 3rd week of May, we opened up right here. We dropped down lower. We took out last week's low. Below that low is sell side liquidity. Below that low is sell side liquidity. We also dropped down into a discount on the daily. So these green highlighted areas, those are discounted levels on the daily. And once I go down to the daily, you will be able to see price more clearly. We will be able to define the current range we're in on the daily time frame. So we dropped down, took out liquidity, and we went higher up into a premium. So the market has been in a seek and destroy type of week, just chopping around sideways. Still bullish. I can tell y'all now, this was the discount right here when we dropped down to this highlighted area. This is when we dropped down to that discount at $1.61. Then we moved away. Now price is high resistance. High resistance. It's a high resistance liquidity run. So if you're just joining or you're brand new, I'll explain that in more details shortly. All right, appreciate it, Nelson. Appreciate it. I appreciate it, Nelson. So let's go down to the daily. We got 2 days left for the month of, for this week. Again, I'm lowering my expectations. I don't expect much more for the week, so y'all lower your expectations. We're also going into a bank holiday, Memorial Day, bank holiday. So again, after probably today, I might look at price tomorrow, but after today, I'm not going to be back in the markets until Tuesday. I'm not coming back to the markets until Tuesday. So I'm lowering my expectations. Going into a bank holiday. I'm going to enjoy my weekend. And we're going to just chill out. Just chill out. You might hear some random fundamental news, big news, whatever. But again, price is being held. Price is being manipulated. So let's go down to the daily. On the daily time frame, I'm going to define the dealer range. So if y'all brand new, y'all never heard this before, y'all might want to jot this down. So I'm giving you details. We're going to start on the daily. Start on the daily time frame. If you're looking at your own charts or whatever, I want to look at the past 20 trading days. So I'm going to take a ruler. You can do this by counting each candle, but it makes it easier on TradingView to just grab a ruler, place it on the current candle, and it counts for you. Go back 20 trading days. And right there, that's the dealing range. That's the current range that we're currently in. That's the dealing range. So that's all I'm focused on when I'm reading price right now. You don't need all of, I'm blending different things. Like I am looking back, I'm looking at old highs, old lows. I'm looking at higher time frame, premium discount levels. But as a trader, I don't need all that right now because, again, even the daily time frame, this is a long-term chart. So I want to work with a dealing range. So I take a ruler, I go back the past 20 trading days. Pay attention, Scotty. Pay attention. I'm taking a ruler. I'm looking back at the past 20 trading days, and that's all I'm working with right there. That's all I want to work with right here as far as price. This is all what I'm looking at. I don't need to look at anything else right now. I just want to work with this dealing range. So how do you define the dealing range? You want to look at the lowest low and the highest high of that range. So let me do this again. You want to look at the lowest low and the highest high of that range. The highest high of that range is right here. The lowest low of that range is right here. That's what I want to work with right there. You want to be able to highlight that. So let me see if I got it highlighted. Yes, I already got it highlighted. Let me remove this. So boom, right there. That's the range I'm working with. Next, I want to take a Fibonacci and I want to define the range. Right there. So what I did was I took a Fibonacci. I dragged it from the low of that swing low of the range, and I drew it up to the high. So what we're doing is we're defining the range from a premium market to a discount market. We're looking at the range from a premium to discount. The midway point is the equilibrium of the premium and discount. It is fair value. So Anything above the 0.5 level, which is the midway point of the range, is a premium. Anything below it is a discount. So if I do this right quick, if I take a rectangle, and y'all seen me done this before, but this is for the people that are brand new. If I go to the premium side of the range, I'm gonna take a rectangle. I'm gonna give it a, let's say, purple color. That's the premium side. And then I'm gonna take another rectangle from the 0.5 level, draw down to the bottom of the range. That's the discount side. So that's the dealing range that we're currently in. Anything below the 0.5 level, discount. Anything above it is a premium. So y'all in the chat, y'all tell me where are we at currently in the range? And what I mean, where are we currently at? Where is current price at in the range? Where's the price at right now in the range? You see the current daily candle? Where is it at in the range? You're saying at a discount. Yes, it's at discount, but it's hanging at right at that 0.5 level. So this is the 0.5 level is a fair value mark, meaning you can buy or sell right at that 0.5 level. But I'm bullish based on the higher time frame. So they're offering a discount. They're offering a discount. Now it's right now it's at discount. So look, zoom in. See the 0.5 level? It's trading below it. Now it's a discount market. So let me remove this. I just wanted to show y'all right quick. Let me hide that right quick, the colors. Because I don't use the colors. I had to demonstrate. So if we just look at the Fibonacci, discount the premium, we're currently hanging out at discount. We have been dropping down to discount for the past week. So since last Saturday, we've been below that 0.5 level. And if we look at what's below, what PD arrays are below the discount, look at this fair value gap right here. You see that fair value gap? And then look at this one right here. This larger one, this BISI, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. Those are discounted levels or fair value gaps. And we've been dropping down there several times at discount. So every time we drop below the 0.5 level and we come down to one of these PD arrays, that's smart money offering you an opportunity to accumulate at discount. So look what we've done so far today. Anything above it was premium. So look at this SIBI right here. Sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. It's at a premium. How many times have we traded up into that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, we short at premiums, we buy at discounts. So let me explain this. Whenever the market is sideways consolidating, this is when you want to implement this strategy. This is when you want to implement this strategy because they're holding price in the consolidation, and all they're doing is going from a premium to a discount to premium, and they're looking for liquidity. They're seeking liquidity at a discount. They're seeking liquidity at a premium. So it's back and forth manipulation for y'all that don't know what's going on. But I'm a trader first. If you're brand new to my channel, I'm a trader. I'm a trader. I understand what's going on. I'm not just a long-term investor. I am a trader. So whenever we go up to a premium, for example, I know that, okay, there's a SIBI, and then look at all these highs right here. You see these highs? Above old highs is where the liquidity is. So today alone, we opened up, we took out this high right here. This high was from Thursday. Traded up to that high, sweep that high into the SIBI. It's not random that we trade up into the midway point of the SIBI. It's not random that we trade up to the midway point of the fair value gap right there. We trade up into it, offer you an opportunity to short the market. If you don't, I got a short on right now. Let's come over here. Right there. There's a short going on right now. This is the XRP Nano contract from Coinbase. So yes, I went short because I understand what's going on in price. That's the Nano contract. It's currently going on right now. I'm just test running it, letting it trade, letting it play out. What's up, Jason? Appreciate you. So again, this is the opportunities for y'all that want to trade ZBEC and all that. No, you ain't got to trade all that, man. Be a trader of that. Either you're going to invest in it or you're not. Trading it, that's, you know, why waste your time when you can go trade these contracts? So we go up to a premium and we short the market, drop down a discount. And look what we did. For example, remember I told y'all some days we take out both sides of the market. So look what we did. We opened up, took out the premium side, and then we dropped down and took out the discounted side. So we took out this low right here, which was the low from yesterday. And we came down and cleaned out this low from Wednesday. And we cleaned out this low from Tuesday. So we did a lot today alone, liquidating both sides of the market. So now let's go down intraday. So y'all know the range. I'm bullish, but that's a trader. That's from a trader's perspective. My bad. That's from a trader's perspective. How prices on lower time frames taking out liquidity. But if you need to zoom out, we're in a discount. So don't get it confused. I might have confused some of y'all. We took out liquidity. It's taking out liquidity. So as a trader, I'm looking to get in there buying and selling in both directions. But if you just zoom out and define the dealing range, we're in a discount. And now look where we're at right now. Back at a premium. Back at a premium. You see that? We're above that 0.5 level. We're above that 0.5 level. So we're just ranging around sideways. Now anything below the daily time frame is intra-week price action, intraday price action. So I'm gonna drop down to the hourly. Now we're gonna take a closer look at price. I'm gonna hide this. We're gonna take a closer look at price. I want to just get straight to it. I want to see what happened today. We're gonna view the market from a trader's perspective. So this is no longer long-term investing. I do both. I teach both. So if we just zoom out, we can see everything to the left of this vertical trend line right here. This was last week's price action. Earlier in the week, we took out last week's low, which was sell side liquidity. So let me hide this. Keep it clean. We took out last week's low. So early in the week, we dropped down, took out this low right here. That was the low of the week from last week. Below that low was buy orders. Buy orders. So we swept this low and dropped down to this daily fair value gap. And then what we do, we displace higher, and the market was in a high resistance liquidity run all week, trading up to the premium, which is this daily SIBI on the premium side of the market. Trade up into that, we take out this high right here from Sunday, took out Sunday's high. And remember, we buy at discount below the market, we sell at premiums above the market. So you can see we bought discount, we ride it up to a premium, we reach the premium, smart money offload their long positions, and then they short it down just like this. So what they're doing is seeking and destroying. They're taking out both sides of the market, just cleaning it out from traders. And you long-term investors, y'all are frustrated. Y'all think, man, 1 minute we're gonna break out, man, Bitcoin is breaking out, but XRP isn't. Well, guess what? Welcome to these markets. They're manipulated. They're 100% manipulated and controlled. They are algorithmic. So let's drop down to a 15-minute time frame. Drop down to a 15-minute time frame. Now we're intraday. We're intraday. This vertical trend line right here, this starts the new day for Friday at 12 o'clock midnight, New York Eastern Standard Time, 12 o'clock midnight. So everything to the right of it is today's price action. We did a whole lot today. Everything to the left this was Thursday. This was Wednesday. And what you do after every day, if you're brand new to my channel, you never did technical analysis. Every day, what's up, Texas Plates? Every day, you want to highlight the previous day's high and low. It's very simple. It's very generic. Highlight every day at 12 o'clock. So let's say the day is over, 12 o'clock midnight. You want to reference the previous day high and low. The previous day high and low. So what I did was at midnight, I highlighted Thursday's low and then Friday's high. Here goes Friday's high right here at the midway point of that daily SIBI above price. So we opened up at 12 o'clock midnight. We didn't trade up there and the market rolled over. We use certain levels. These are hourly fair value gaps. So if I zoom out, If I zoom out right quick, see this SIBI, this was a BISI that turned into an inversion. So this is our gap right here. This was a BISI. We used it. We traded higher overnight into the daily fair value gap, and then we broke down, and then we used these other gaps as inversions on the hourly. So you see this? This was a BISI turned inversion. Traded through it. This right here, BISI turned inversion. Traded through it. We return back to it, use it as a premium, and then short it, sold off. What time did that happen? 5 a.m. So around 5 a.m., the market displays lower. Now, if you just zoom out to the daily, it doesn't look like nothing's going on. Like, you just see sideways consolidation. But us as traders, there's always opportunity at all times. There's dozens of opportunities within a session. So right after the London session goes from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. New York Eastern Standard Time. After the London session, it sold off, and then it went into pre-market New York. So right after London, we see on the 15-minute time frame, we see price trade back up into this daily SIBI and this 1 hour SIBI that turns into an inversion. And we could have used this as a shorting opportunity to sell off. And we could have used that as a short. So let's put some money behind it. Let's put some money behind it right quick. Let's use the CME futures from the, let's use the XRP CME futures. And I see 2 take profit opportunities. So we got this low right here. This swing low, that was from the London session earlier this morning. That low right there, that's sell side liquidity. You could have used that as a target. And then we got this low right here from yesterday after the New York PM session from Thursday. My entry would be this SIBI on the 15-minute time frame. You can enter on the hourly SIBI or inversion gap, but let's further refine it. Let me see if I see something on the 5-minute. Let's go down to the 5-minute. Yes, on the 5-minute time frame, we're looking for entry. Let's say we enter right here. See this SIBI right here on the 5-minute? I'm gonna highlight it right there. That's our entry point. So our stop loss, you always want to define your risk. Our stop loss is going to be, I'm going to highlight it for you. Stop loss is going to be right here at that high of the fair value gap. Our entry is going to be at the bottom of the fair value gap right here. That's a guaranteed fill right there. I don't want to use that. Let's use something else. That's our entry right there. That's our entry point. And this is today. If y'all just joining, this is from today. That's going to be our entry point right there. So you can see us trade up into that, and then the market starts to sell off. Now, our take profit is going to be the low from Thursday. Thursday's low. And if you don't remember, I said after every day you want to identify the high and the low of the day. And then our take profit level is going to be Thursday's low. So let's go ahead and use the shorting tool. We're going to drop it on our entry right there. Define our stop. You always want to define your risk. And then our take profit right here. Boom, right there. So that is 538 ticks. 538 ticks. So if we're trading the CME futures, let's come over to the CME. We're going to look at the XRP contract. Go to cryptocurrency. going to select XRP futures. Going to go to specs. We're going to scroll down and we're going to look at minimum price fluctuation. So for every tick, that's $5. Every tick is $5 for the XRP futures contract. Now let's come back over here. This is a return of 538 ticks. So y'all in the chat, every tick is $5. This trade opportunity was 538 ticks. 538 ticks. Y'all in the chat, tell me how much is that? It's pretty much 538 times 5. Shout out to you, Lawrence. Shout out to you. That's $2,690. $2,690. So that's a trade example right there of shorting price. And guess what? If we just zoom out, like I showed y'all earlier, if we just zoom out to the daily, you can see the daily is just caught in the range. It doesn't really matter. If you know what you're doing, you know how to trade, it doesn't matter that, okay, this dealing range, remember the dealing range? It doesn't matter to me that price is just bouncing around like here. There's always opportunities in the market. You just got to know what you're doing. For me, it doesn't matter what price is doing. As a trader, I'm going to go seek out opportunities. And I just showed you an example of a trade that can net you $2,690 if you was trading the CME futures. Now let's get a little bit more extreme with it. You could have took profit at one of these levels because these are all liquidity pools left behind from the market makers from different sessions in previous days. But let's say if you just hold on to it, let's just say you hold on to the trade and it drops down to this level down here. Boom. Right at that level is a liquidity pool from last week. See this low right here? See this wick? This trend line? That is a liquidity pool that is inside of, let's go out to the daily. Let's go back out to the daily. That low was from 2 days ago. So example, right here. See this candle on the daily? Remember I say previous days highs and lows. So look at this low right, this candle right here from Wednesday. This was Wednesday of this week. We dropped down into this daily fair value gap. Once this candle closed, it left behind liquidity below the market right here. You see that? On lower time frames, that's what I showed y'all just now. That's sell side liquidity. Where is that sell side liquidity resting? It's also resting inside of this daily fair value gap right here. You see that? It's not random, it's algorithmic. So this might be like chop to you. This might look like chop. Just, man, I can't understand what price is doing. Why is it doing this? No, you have to go down to lower time frames as a trader and price becomes more clearer. You understand what's going on as you drop down to lower time frames. So it's not random that price went down to here to take out that liquidity below the market. And also remember the dealing range. Let's go back to the, let me bring this back up. The dealing range. So look at the dealing range from premium to discount, the 0.5 level. We've been hanging out. Look, we traded up to a premium and we found our shorting opportunity. Remember I said you want to short at premiums. So for example, we trade up into this SIBI. We find our shorting opportunity inside of the SIBI at a premium. Price trades lower and drops below the equilibrium down to discount to take out this low right here. Y'all, it's not random. It's algorithmic. Hopefully y'all understanding this. It drops down to take out this liquidity right there. And what I showed y'all just now, I showed y'all the opportunity on lower time frames to short that. So let me hide this. I'm gonna go back down to lower time frames. So let's go down to the 15 minute. And what I wanted to show y'all was that sell-off. Remember? That's that daily SIBI, the green highlighted area, and price sold off down to take out that that liquidity pool inside of that discount BISI. That is 1,128 ticks. So y'all in the chat, if you was to sell the market and hold it down to that discount, what would your return be? 1,000, and that was 1,128 ticks. So XRP futures contracts cost $5 per tick. What would your return be? Shout out to y'all. $5,640. $5,640 in one day. In one day. Some people don't make that in a month. So imagine making that in one day. One day. How long did it take? Let me see right quick. That trade took about 1 hour. Now let me do it again. That trade took an hour and 45 minutes. An hour and 45 minutes to go net $5,640. 1 hour and 45 minutes. You did that in one day. That probably is a lot of people's monthly wages, and you did that in one day in an hour and 45 minutes if you was to trade the XRP futures contract from the CME. So that's the type of power you have as a trader compared to, you know, just long-term investing. And now that we got these futures contracts that's available for y'all who know what you're doing and want to learn this skill set, sign up to the Patreon below. Click the link in the description. Now, let's just be crazy with it. Y'all add 2 contracts. Remember, in the futures market, you can add as many contracts as you want depending on your equity. So let's just go ahead and multiply that by 2. So let's say you hypothetically put on 2 contracts, and that could be, you know, your potential earnings. So you just multiply 5,640 times 2, and you can see what you could potentially earn on one trade in an hour and 45 minutes. There you go, Lawrence. So if you just added 2 contracts and shorted that down, that would have been $11,280 if you were shorting and trading the CME XRP futures. And you did it in an hour and 45 minutes. After making that, you don't have to do nothing else for the next 2 months. I'm just saying, like, as far as like monthly expenses, I mean, you could do a whole lot with that. You could do a whole lot with that for if you're somebody who works an average job or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You go bank that in an hour and 45 minutes. Be done for the day. Be done for a few months, to be honest. You can repeat and rinse the process or whatever you decide to do. You got to be smart with your money. That's the power in trading. And then let's just define our risk first. Let's define our risk. We're only risking 42 ticks. So we're looking for a profit of, let me see right quick. One second. Yeah, we're looking for 1,128 ticks and we're only risking 42 ticks. So what's the risk to reward ratio? What's the risk to reward ratio? The risk is minimum. So you do 5 times 42. That's $225. I messed up. 5 times 42. That's $210. If we're risking 2 contracts, that's $420. So you're risking $420 for a reward of $11,280. Yeah, shout out to you, Lawrence. So your risk is minimum. Your risk is minimum. And you can see how price reacts after it drops down there. That was the take profit area. And then why doesn't it continue lower? That's because we hit a higher time frame discount level. And now, again, if you're still trying to short it, the opportunity has missed you. You don't chase it. And also we went down to that discount on the higher time frame. So if you're still trying to, man, let me get some more, you might want to use caution because it can go against you because that was the move. We don't chase it. After it happens, don't look to chase it because you're gonna get burnt. You gotta keep in mind what the higher time frame is doing. So you gotta be cautious. But that's XRP doing what XRP does. Very algorithmic. If you're burnt out and you're running the trade ZBEC and all that, no, just come over to the futures market. They got the nano XRP contracts. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one right here. I'm gonna end this trade. This is a live trade from Coinbase. It's just a quick, it's just a practice run for me. I put on 5 contracts of the nano XRP, and I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. That's just a profit of $106. Let's close the position. Just like that. Nothing to it. And it's all based on the spot market. This is the futures market. So if you are a beginner and you just want to get your feet wet, I suggest the nano contracts. And then once you graduate from the nanos, you grow up to the micros. From the micros, you go to the full contracts. But I think that's gonna be it for now. I might go live later. There's really not much else going on. So if you're brand new to the channel, y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Share the video. If you want to learn how to do technical analysis, come over and sign up to my Patreon. I'm teaching beginner lessons. Y'all go get those beginner lessons. I also got signal services coming, and I also got pro lessons coming. So again, I'm just coming off vacation, so I got work to do. But I'm gonna keep in touch with y'all. If anything pop off, you already know I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna talk about it. Let me be your number one go-to, your number one source for technical analysis. If y'all want to learn how to do this, this isn't like that 1, 2, 3 technical analysis. This is like PDH level technical analysis. So y'all come over here and subscribe to it. Sign up for it. But until the next time, peace out.